What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today, the new mock draft this week. This is the first mock draft since Super Bowl week. The Super Bowl, Buccaneers did defeat the Chiefs 31-9, excuse me. Not a very entertaining game. We saw how the Chiefs offense line was playing, and that Bucs defense was just absolutely fantastic. Tom Brady gets his 7th Super Bowl. Now, this is also the first mock draft that we know every single draft pick, like, of course, barring trades that happen in the future. But this now is the official draft order for the upcoming draft, assuming trades, without trades, of course. But let's get right into it, starting with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who, of course, will take Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. The only pretty much clear, obvious selection in the entire draft will be made right here with Trevor Lawrence to the Jaguars. Number 2 overall is going to be the New York Jets. We could go pretty much anywhere, and it wouldn't be a terrible selection. But not sure that Sam Darnold is the future of that team. So if they're set on going quarterback, I think we'll go Zach Wilson, quarterback out of BYU with this selection. Number 3 overall, I should say, Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins could go Penei Sewell here. I don't think they personally will. Penei Sewell is a very, very good talent. I could hit a lot of potential for the NFL, but I think they have more needs, and they've been drafted. They have 2 pretty good tackles right now, so I think they're going to go wide receiver with this pick, and I think they're going to go Devontae Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama. Still, right now, I gotta put him slightly just above Jamar Chase, but I think all 3 of these wide receivers, none of them would be a bad selection for the Miami here. Number 4, Atlanta Falcons. I've heard a lot of talks lately about maybe the Falcons aren't going to go quarterback. I'm not sure. Matt Ryan is older, but he still is definitely a manageable quarterback in the NFL, and that is nowhere near what the actual problem was for Atlanta this year. Their defense was absolutely atrocious, but I don't know if they I don't know what defensive player on the board right now you would take above Justin Fields when he's still on the board. So that's why I'm going to go Justin Fields. The best defensive player in the class, I mean, according to this, is Patrick Surtain. I'd probably go Caleb Farley, but, edge is a ginormous need, and I don't think you can draft an edge guy like Kwity Paye at 4th overall there. So Justin Fields will be the pick. If they are not going to go quarterback, look for the Falcons to possibly trade down in this draft. Number 5 overall, fairly obvious pick here with Penei Sewell, tackle out of Oregon. Left tackle of the future. Got to protect Joe Burrow. That was a big struggle for the Bengals this past season. Could not protect him, and unfortunately got injured because of it. So Penei Sewell is the obvious selection here at 5. Number 6, the Philadelphia Eagles. Another team that could go multiple places, but I think they would go wide receiver. Quarterback is an outside shot with Trey Lance still on the board, but I don't think they're going to go that route. Still not sure what they're going to do about quarterback. Trying to trade Carson Wentz right now, but I don't think they will go quarterback, but it's definitely a possibility. So I'm going to go wide receiver, and I'm going to go Jamar Chase out of LSU. Number 7, the Detroit Lions, who just traded their quarterback, Matthew Stafford, for Jared Goff. And there's been talks about the Lions liking how Jared Goff plays, so which leads you to believe that they're not going to draft a quarterback here at 7. So with that said, the move is probably wide receiver. They could go corner, could even go tackle with Rashawn Slater's on the board. Rashawn Slater's an absolute beast. So corner is a need, someone to go alongside Darius Slay. And I'm not sure Jalen Waddle, he definitely could be the 7th overall selection, but I'm not sure if he will be. Let's shake things up a little bit and go with Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. In my opinion, right now, I think he is just barely the best cornerback in this draft. Number 8, the Carolina Panthers there's really a lot of places you could go with this pick right here. Could go quarterback. O-line really does struggle a lot. And with Rashawn Slater on the board, I would not be mad at that pick at all. But with the talks about possibly trading for Deshaun Watson, although Houston doesn't think they're going to be trading him, that could just be a strategy for Houston, just try to get people to offer a little bit more than they probably should. I don't know, man. I honestly, at this point, I don't think it's worth trading for Deshaun Watson. You have to give up so much in your future, and then we kind of end up like a team kind of like Houston, who just didn't have the weapons to go alongside Deshaun to A, protect him, or B, catch the ball for him. So don't think that's the move right now. So this could be a quarterback spot. And with Trey Lance on the board, I think they do take him. Quarterback Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. But I would not be bad at a Rashawn Slater pick there either. Number 9, the Denver Broncos. I think this is probably almost definitely a corner spot. And with Patrick Surtain on the board, we're not really gonna think about it too much longer and go Patrick Surtain out of Alabama. Number 10, the Dallas Cowboys. With the top 2 corners off the board, I think they would go corner if one of Caleb Farley or Patrick Surtain were still on the board. But with them not on the board, I think they go with possibly the best O-lineman in the draft, in Rashawn Slater, here at 10. Good selection for the Cowboys there. 11, New York Giants. I think this is going to be Jalen Waddle. I think if he's here at 11, this would be a fantastic selection for him. Jalen Waddle, coming into last season, was projected to be the best quarterback, one of, if not the best quarterback in the draft. But he wasn't even the best wide receiver at Alabama this year, unfortunately, because of his injuries and all that. But anyways, number 11, Jalen Waddle to the Giants. Number 12, San Francisco 49ers. Could use corner, but if not, could be an O-line pick here. Quarterback is also a need for them, but with the top 4 guys off the board, I don't see that being likely. Now, it's possible that San Francisco could trade down for a guy like Mac Jones near the more toward maybe the 18 to 23 range to pick up Mac Jones, but I don't like him going at 12, honestly. So with that said, I'm going to go with an offensive lineman, and I'm going to make that Sam Cosmi out of... No, wait. Ooh, excuse me. I totally forgot about Christian Darrisaw. Going Christian Darrisaw for sure. They could... he could go to guard, but I would like to move one of the other tackles that the 49ers currently have to guard and leave Darrisaw at tackle, personally. I think it's a good pick for San Francisco. Number 13. This is also definitely an offensive lineman pick for me. Sam Cosmi still on the board. We're going to go with Sam Cosmi out of Texas. Number 14. We could have 3 straight offensive line selections. It's 100% a possibility. That's another thing that the Vikings really struggle with. I like Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. I think he will be the selection here at 21. And excuse me, at 14. 15. This has got to be Kyle Pitts out of Florida. Just too good of a matchup of a mix. I don't know what I'm saying, honestly, between the Patriots and Kyle Pitts. Patriots love to utilize their tight ends, and Florida's Kyle Pitts will be a great fit in that organization. Number 16. Now, obviously, you guys see that Micah Parsons is still on the board. With all the... there's some concerns out there. I'm not exactly sure what the concerns are. But there are concerns out there leading me to think that he will fall quite decently in the draft. He's a very talented player and could go as high as like 5 in the draft. But with these allegations at what's going on, I don't see it right now. Cardinals definitely need corner. But I've given them J.C. Horn before, but I'm not sure if that will be the pick this time around. I do like J.C. Horn, but could also go Najee Harris because that would also be a help. Could go Kwity Paye as well. So let's mix it up a little bit. Let's go with Najee Harris out of Alabama. In my opinion, the best running back in the draft. If this was the mid-2000s, Najee Harris would be a top 5 pick. without a doubt, in my opinion. He's a truck who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Just a really talented player. I like him going to the Cardinals here at 16. Number 17. The Raiders would absolutely love if Kwity Paye would fall to them at 17. So I think that's a very good match there. Kwity Paye, edge out of Michigan. Number 18. This is the second selection for the Miami Dolphins. They selected Devontae Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama, with the 3rd overall pick. And with the next overall pick that they have, it could be... I don't think Travis Etienne's going to go this high, personally. I think out of the O-line selections that are available, could be... Tevin Jenkins could be a guy who goes around here. But I'm going to go with the guy on the defense side of the ball. Linebacker Micah Parsons out of 10 State stops falling. All right, number 19, the Washington football team. This could be a spot I go Mac Jones. I'm going to think about it a little more before I just make that decision too quick, because they also could use a wide receiver, and Rashad Bateman is a very good wide receiver who is still on the board. But I think if you're Washington and there's a guy, well, I don't know, you could give Alex Smith another season, and because he wasn't awful. He wasn't exactly good, but he was not awful. I think he could do you pretty well. I don't think you draft. Yeah, I'm going to go with you don't draft Mac Jones here. I'm going to go with wide receiver Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. Number 20, Chicago. The Bears. This also could be Mac Jones, but I'm going to go offensive line. Obviously a ginormous need for the Bears. And I'm going to go with Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State, a guy who's been rising on a lot of boards, including mine. Number 21, the Colts. I think this is officially, finally, where Mac Jones does end up going. Mac Jones out of Alabama. Number 22, the Titans. I think this is definitely an edge rusher, and Joseph Osai is the best on the board. Not too high on Gregory Rousseau or Jalen Phillips. Carlos Basham is also a guy who I like a lot, along with Azeez Ojulari. But with Joseph Osai on the board, I think you got to take him here at 22. There's Joseph Osai. Number 23, the second of the first-round picks for the New York Jets, acquired from the Seahawks in the Jamal Adams trade, I believe. Number 2, they took quarterback out of BYU, Zach Wilson, and I like an offensive weapon to go with it, but they need a lot on defense. I mean, a lot. And J.C. Horn is a good corner that's still on the board, so I'm going to give J.C. Horn to the New York Jets. Number 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The run game in Pittsburgh has not been too strong, but I don't know if Travis Etienne is really the guy you're exactly looking for. I think you can get one in the second round, a guy like Michael Carter or Javonte Williams. So I think you go O-line with this pick, and there's some pretty good O-linemen on the board. Jalen Mayfield could be the pick. Could be... Yeah, I think Jalen Mayfield is going to be the pick for me out of Michigan. Number 25, the second of the first-round picks for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who obviously at number 1 took Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. Oh, man. With Travis Etienne on the board, that could be interesting, but there's no way and there's no chance that wide receiver should be the top priority on Jacksonville's board with all the issues they have on both sides of the ball. So I like safety here a lot, and I like Trayvon Moehrig. I also like Javon Holland. I also like Paris Ford, but I do think Trayvon Moehrig is the best safety in the draft, and he goes here to Jacksonville. Number 26. I think this is going to be an edge player, someone to go alongside Myles Garrett. Also could be corner, but the corner picks that are available, not sure if the rest of these guys, any of them are first rounders. So I am going to go to a guy who I think is a first rounder, Carlos Basham. Boogie Basham is insane. I'm really high on this kid, as you guys can tell. So yeah, I'm going to go with him here to 26 and the Cleveland Browns. Number 27, the Baltimore Ravens. This also could be a edge player, but like I said, I'm not too high on these guys. If I took one, it'd be Azeez Ojulari, but I don't think they're going to go that route in the first place. I think it's going to be a wide receiver weapon, and for me, it's between Kadarius Toney and Terrace Marshall. I'm going to go Kadarius Toney because I just love his versatility, and he's just going to, wherever you put him, he's going to make an impact. So Kadarius Toney out of Florida's a selection. Number 28, the New Orleans Saints are on the clock. I think this is a linebacker pick for me. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is on the board. A good coverage linebacker. They could go with a big hit linebacker and Zaven Collins as well. I'm going to go with Owusu-Koramoah, though, here to the Saints. Number 29, Green Bay Packers. O-line is a need. But I don't think any more O-linemen are really first-round type guys exactly. Creed Humphrey could be, but that's not the kind of O-lineman they really need. But I think it's going to be either wide receiver or corner. And looking at the corner picks, I'm not too high on one of these guys being a first-rounder. Terrace Marshall's on the board. I'm going to go with Terrace Marshall out of LSU. Number 30, the Buffalo Bills. One of the best teams in the league this year. I love linebacker here. I love Zaven Collins out of Tulsa. I think this would be an awesome selection for them at this pick. Number 31, the Kansas City Chiefs. After watching the Super Bowl, we all know what position Kansas City needs to draft. So we're going to go Jamie Newman, quarterback out of Georgia. I'm just kidding, guys. It's okay. Obviously, O-line, they did have a lot of injuries, but O-line is getting a little bit older, and it's going to struggle quite a bit next year if they don't handle it at least a little bit. So I am gonna go O-line here. Could go Creed Humphrey. Could go Eichenberg. So yeah, I'm gonna go Creed Humphrey out of Oklahoma. Number 32, the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the final pick in the first round of the draft. Obviously, they could be losing some edge help, but I know after the Super Bowl, a lot of those defensive players did say they wanted to return, but with the cap and everything that Tampa's going to have to deal with, I'm going to assume they're losing at least one of those fantastic edge guys that really helped them this year. But Jalen Phillips and Gregory Rousseau are kind of guys who are, in my opinion, aren't going to be right away ready to play this level. So I think Azeez Ojulari might be the pick for me out of Georgia. And that is what I'm going to end up going with. So guys, that's my mock draft for this week. Let me know what you guys think. I'll scroll down so you guys can see all the picks and pause if you want to see your team's pick. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.